Hey everybody, how you doing? 3D Pathfinder here. Some of you may not know I'm very new to 3D printing. I've only been doing it a couple of weeks now at best. I have a Ender 3 Max Neo that was my first printer that I bought. Never used a 3D printer, but I wanted to share a couple of realizations that I've already come to since beginning this journey with 3D printing. One is initially when I had thoughts of all this that I wanted to do. I was revamping my old YouTube channel that I used to do vape reviews on, but the one thing that I've already come to realize that, and advice that I've gotten from others in the field, is when you first get your 3D printer, just print. Things I probably would have done a little bit different is I would have bought a decent amount of less expensive filament, maybe. But what the old saying that you learn more from your failures than you do from your successes is really true, and it's especially true in 3D printing. I'm still trying to nail down a slicer that I exactly like, that I can learn the ins and outs of. I had jumped around from Lychee Slicer to the Creality one that came with the printer, and then I was also trying Prusa, and I've come to realize that except for, say, using one slicer over another, depending on if I'm FDM printing or if I'm using a resin printer, that you kind of want to stick with one so you can really learn the ins and outs and learn how to tweak it to get the best prints possible. And then, like I said, just print. I go on printables. I find things that are neat, or things that the kids want, or I'll make my wife something, or I just want to try something, and then print it and start making tweaks here and there. But I do my best to try to get the print to succeed, or try to get it to complete. Maybe not necessarily succeed, but at least get it to print. Because then I can look at it and I can see what went wrong, and then I can go into groups in the community. I can say, hey, what causes this or what causes that, so then I can find out how to fix it or how to do it better next time. So you really do, if you think about it this way, if you only ever succeed in everything that you print, let's say everything you print just comes out perfectly and you never have to worry about it, well, that in itself is great and it's fantastic, but it would never give you a reason to have to learn anything. If all you ever have to do is download an STL file, put it into a slicer, hit slice, load it to your printer, and then hit print, and it works 100% every time, we're lazy as people. We're lazy as humans. If something works, we have no reason to really, except for a particular type of people, you really have no incentive to dive into it and try to, learn more about it, try to dissect it, to really pick it apart. So I've already had many failed prints, and I've already learned things that I didn't know, like, as an example, I printed this acoustic panel last night out of, this is just PLA, or PLA Plus actually, which then again, I should have just printed it in regular PLA because PLA Plus is more expensive, but that's neither here nor there. But this is actually a second attempt. The first attempt, for some reason, the printer stopped. I don't know why it stopped. I don't even necessarily remember an error, but what I ended up canceling the print, getting the failed print off of the print bed, and then starting another one. And then I learned after that in my Sonic Pad control, if I had just hit print again on the history that was already printing, it would have picked up and started where it left off. It was at 47%, and I just, after I had already cleared the print bed of the what I thought was a failed print, I hit print again, and it started right back up at 47%. So if I had been patient and looked a little bit more, I would have possibly been able to salvage that print. But there was no way I was going to get it to re-adhere to the bed, get it right back in the exact position it was when I took it off and all that. So that was my fault for not being patient and not forcing myself to learn a little bit more. So that's where I'm really telling myself, do not get hung up on things you don't know. You almost want things to happen so that you can figure out why they happen and so that you can prevent that in the future. So just print. Print. If I had to give any advice in my very, very short time 3D printing, is find a slicer, do research online, find a slicer that you like, that you believe has the features that you will like in the future, and just stay with it and learn it. I had picked up Prusa Slicer, and was having some issues printing, and I was having some failed prints, and I was having unknown error or unknown commands and all this kind of stuff, and I didn't know what was going on. And then I was slicing another model, and then I just started going through each of the settings and each of the tab, and then I found probably what was causing it. The G code was not set to Clipper, which the Sonic Pad that came with my bundle for my printer uses. I don't know for sure if that was the reason that I was getting these unknown command errors and all this stuff, but I'm pretty sure that probably played a part. So I've already learned now to go in and make sure that Clipper is selected so that the slicer knows how to communicate with the operating system that my printer is using. So that's my advice. Buy good quality but inexpensive PLA filament. If you want to buy it in different colors, that's fine. Who cares? And just print. Just print stuff. Try this, try that. Try different complexities of models and things like that you can find. There is so many free things that you can print off of websites like Printables and other areas. There's tons of free stuff that you can print. Things that have practical purposes and things that are just silly to have fun with or to give to a friend, or like in my case, give to my kids or something like that. So that's just a little snippet in what I have already learned in my very short time of 3D printing is be patient and do not be discouraged by failed prints, because they will teach you what you need to learn in order to succeed in the future. All right. Thanks for this little video. More to come. I've got an unboxing video coming probably later today and stuff of a resin printer that I picked up. So I appreciate everybody out there. I'm very new, and I hope that this grows and I can see some success with this. Thank you very much. Bye.